Hello everyone, Zio here. I wanted to go through my thoughts on the amazing digital circus ending. I've already watched the theatrical release back when that came out, and I've already watched this thing like 2 or 3 times already, rewatched it after seeing it in theaters. And I have a lot of thoughts, but my thoughts are kind of hard to put in a condensed manner. So I'm just gonna go through the episode and occasionally pause at spots where I have a lot to say. I want to talk about my thoughts on the ending and how it was handled and the artistic direction of it and all that. Let's press play. Let's go back actually. I gotta love I really like how it redoes the first episode opening, you know? This is like exactly how the first episode opened up with like this very pixelated sort of deal. It gets all HD high quality. The RTX gets turned on and it's like, whoa. It actually kind of fucks me up how long the curtains stay closed here. Like, it's not even that long, but it is enough time to be really uncomfortable. It kind of actually unsettles me. It's like, hey, we get the intro for the first episode again. But everyone's really fucking depressed and unsettled. It's so fucked. I know it did that in the first episode where it, like kept looping for a bit and it was like really funny and comedic in the first episode. But here it is so unsettling, especially as it like kind of fades out and gets a bit muted and it's just like goes black and white. It's so fucked. Watching this in theaters, they played episode 8 before actually playing the movie, and you have no idea how torturous that was. I was sitting there all through episode 8 like, "What the fuck is gonna happen in this finale? Holy shit." And just sitting there losing my mind. I also had a really great theater experience. Everyone was super respectful. There was even a child and their parent there. I don't know if the parent knew anything about the series, but like even the child just watched the movie without making any fucking commotion or anything. Great experience seeing this in theaters.
Are you sure?
That's convenient.
Jax.
Jack's immediately on his bullshit, dude. I saw this, I was like, oh my god, this guy.
This guy messed up in the worst possible way he could. Now we have nothing.
Jax, please, just.
I found that so interesting because like before the movie came out, I was thinking like, is it really that bad that Kane got deleted, especially with like how off the deep end he was going? But I guess yeah, without Kane, they don't know what the fuck's gonna happen if the world's gonna collapse or whatever. So it's a pretty valid fear to have.
Anything else you want to tell us?
Jax!
What?
Yo, don't push my goat like that. I don't know who the fuck you think you are, Jax, but what the fuck?
He gets to mess up like this and everyone takes his side?
Yeah, because they actually like Kinger, unlike you, asshole.
Brain scans. Scratch was trying to make a brain scanner.
I find it so interesting how early they revealed this because I think most people had that theory. Even I was like, yeah, it'll probably be like something like Soma, where they're just like copies of the original and not actually the original people. So, on one hand, I'm really glad that they chose to reveal it so early so that we can really get like how everyone grapples with it. But on the other hand, it does feel like I mean it is the catalyst for everything, so it has the appropriate amount of gravitas. But I think just the pacing of the overall episode makes it feel like very fast, at least to me. It's like, whoa, okay, Jesus, you know?
I know what it means. Congratulations, Zubul! Guess you still get to leave your mark in the world.
I also like how they talk around it, it's like they're not outright like, oh my god, we were copies the whole time. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, no, just the way they like they don't even want to say it. because it's that fucked, I feel is like very well done. Even though I feel like it's still very kind of, I don't know, to me it's kind of glossed over a bit, the fact that like they were brain scans the whole time, you know? It's not a huge complaint that I have, but it was something where I like just felt weird about how it was handled. And I'm not sure what the solution would be because I feel like for what the ending is, it's done really well.
I guess you still get to hang out with Mommy after all, right, Rags?
Shut up, Jax!
Guess I'm.
So fucked up of him. He even like I'm sure he even fucking knows like or probably not fully knows, but you know, he has an inkling of the sort of trauma that Ragatha went through with her mother. And to make a comment like that just like so crassly, not even caring, it's just like, damn, the stuff they do with Jax to make him both like a very flawed and kind of hateable person, but also make him very like understandable and realistic. It's really well done, top notch, very nuanced writing that I like a lot, and that I'll talk more about as we get into the deeper scenes with him.
I think I've always known.
Yeah, I feel like
Just
that is a thought you would
for
have.
some reason, it still hurts so much to hear it.
Because it's like, yeah, like if you weren't a scan, like is your body just comatose outside and like are you in a hospital? Like are you just rotting? You know, things like that. So it's like the only like logical answer is that it's like a brain scan deal.
We're all in this
We're
together.
all in this together, guys. You can make a difference. And one thing I really love about the direction of this episode and this opening scene is just like it was also my favorite part of the gun episode, just the complete silence in the background. All you have is just the ambient room noise. There's no other sounds, and it works so well in really pushing in the dramatic elements of everything. I love how the show utilizes silence. She can't even reach out. And again, Pawnee's characterization is done so well throughout this whole show. She is the anchor for everyone. And at first, you know, going through the show, I'm like, it's so weird that Pawnee has such a hill turn, you know? But it's like, it just works. And I'll say more about it with this upcoming scene with Kinger.
Need any help?
Sure, if you want to give it a try.
Yo, she thinks she's a fucking anime character
Relax
right
your
now.
body and mind. Deep breaths.
She still thinks she's an anime character.
Everything's gotten so bad.
The voice acting's so top notch. Like that little like kind of strained almost laughter in the middle of like her crying. It's so real. There's so much raw emotion to the performances that I love. Also, I think it's weird how Kinger's eyeball kind of like disappears and reappears. I think it's just like a bit higher up, but the framing of it makes it look like it's just appearing and disappearing, and it's very distracting to me.
Out of all the people I've seen enter this place, I don't think any one of them adjusted as quickly as you did.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to continue my thoughts on Ponmi's characterization. I find it so interesting because when I first watched the pilot in like the first two episodes, or first three episodes actually, I thought she was just gonna be like, oh, you know, she's losing her shit all the time, you know, or at least from the pilot. But as the show goes on, she's like kind of the most well adjusted out of everyone in such a weird way. And now with this finale, it makes sense why she was written and characterized that way because she is the anchor for everyone. And that's probably why she's a jester too, because you know, gestures they keep the positive feelings, I think, or something like that. I'm probably off with that assertion, but I feel like it's something like that to where since she's an anchor, she's the jester, the one keeping everyone together. That's the reason that she is like the most, well, why she was written to be so well adjusted in the way she is. And I really like that element of her character. It also brings a lot of comedy to the character as well. Like I think of that one scene all the time where she's like, "You don't have to hype me up. I'm not a child." Like that's one of my favorite jokes. And at least in moments like that where she says things that are like so real and mature is kind of funny and jarring from how you first meet her.
It's a
See, the
lot for
eyeball's
anybody
back
to go
now.
through.
And this is
But
like a
while
higher
the others
angle
took
too.
weeks, receptive.
See, now the eye's
It's
gone
times
again.
like these
It's
they're gonna
weird.
need someone like that the most.
We've been here before.
Have we?
Yeah. Back in the Mildenhall Manor.
Okay, I don't know how the fuck Pomni remembers the name of that manor. You could put a gun to my head and threaten me, and I wouldn't have remembered the name even after watching the finale the first time. It's actually kind of insane. But I guess it traumatized her that much to where she was like, "No, I have this shit on lock."
I doubt you remember.
Well, it's still true.
I love that he says it's still true. Like Kinger is such a well written character. It's just like even in spite of not remembering, since Pomni has that memory and that experience, it's still true, and that's so beautiful.
We can't fix every problem. Not with ourselves. Not with the world around us. But we can still do what we can.
I really like the dialogue in the show, but sometimes it can feel like I've been using the term therapy speak, and maybe that's like a ignorant term to use. But it's just there's these moments in the dialogue where it feels like I'm in a therapy session, and it is like written in a way that is very real and tender. So I don't hate it or anything. I guess it feels a bit repetitive is the best word for it. Like it's not bad, but it happens enough to where you pick up on it and it's like, oh, okay, they're going into that therapy speak type of talk where they're like, you can do this. You gotta believe in yourself because when you're in hell, the only thing you can do is just make the best out of the situation. And it makes sense with the themes of the story, the messaging, what it's been building up to. I think is written well, but I think the repetition of it can get a little much, at least for me. But it's not even a huge issue, honestly. It's just one of those small things where I'm like, it could be one of those things I notice. I'm like, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the execution of it, but 9 times out of 10, it is done really well.
I don't know what the trouble.
This jump scare, this song is such a jump scare. It's a nice song though, very pretty. You get a whole little montage. One thing I was really shocked by, that really surprised me about this finale is how like it's bittersweet. It's not happy, but there's a lot of positive emotions in it and a lot of positive messaging, which I was not honestly. I expected this thing to end so dour. I was expecting fucking like I have no mouth and I must scream type of ending, but it's like no, it's like a very hopeful type of ending, and it's very shocking to me, you know. But it's done really well. It doesn't feel it feels earned. It doesn't feel forced or like it's trying to be like overly hopeful or overly happy. It just feels like no, that's always been the themes of the story and what it's been building up to. Great way of showing the passage of time. This whole sequence is beautiful. I love that really cool, like, rotating stars, you know? I'm pretty sure it's been used in a bunch of other stuff, but it's just really cool. It's a good way of showing the passage of time with how short this finale is. I mean, it's longer than all the other episodes, but still, it's a short time to work with for a finale. I love the framing of the shot so much. It's a simple like rules of thirds framing, but like the way you have this section just completely blocking off Jax from everyone else. This side is just so open, there's so much space, and this side's so claustrophobic because it's like Jax pulling away from everything. It's classic textbook stuff, but it's done really well, and that's kind of what makes it good. The fact that it is like classic textbook stuff is very beautiful framing and direction.
Never mind.
I wish I'd pried a little more. I somehow forgot how bad it can get.
I love the introduction of Pomni's voiceover. I feel like it's done so well. It's such a shock It's such a shock, and as soon as you hear it, you're like, "Oh, Jax is about to abstract," and it just cuts straight into the abstraction. And I love how each abstraction is depicted in this way where it just happens abruptly. There's no warning. You don't see the process of it. It's just a snap of the finger.
God,
God
damn,
damn it,
Jax.
Jax. I don't know why. I really like the way they say that. God damn it, Jax. It's like you're talking to a pet that fucked up.
I'm sorry. Why can't I cry for him?
I like that even with like Zubul, Gangle, Ragatha, Kinger being side characters, you still get these moments with them in the finale that kind of like speak to their character and includes them in a very well way into like the ending of everything. Like Gangle not being able to cry over Jax, it's like, yeah, Jax was an asshole to you. He made your life hell. He made your life living hell. So like it makes sense that she wouldn't be able to cry for him. But the guilt of that is also so real. And it's like, damn. I don't even care about I don't dislike Gangle, but I would say she's like my least favorite. She's like the character I care least about, but I still love what they do with her to make her a full character with everyone else as well.
We were friends once. I mean, sort of friends. As much of friends as anybody could have been with Jax. We could talk to each other, at least. But then, what was it? Something like the snowy summit.
I find it weird the way she says that. She's like, and then what was it? It's like it's an interesting way to write that because I guess from her perspective, she wouldn't remember the exact setting it was that changed everything, but she definitely remembers like what exactly it was, and I feel like the way her dialogue here is written is interesting. Is one of those things I kind of go back and forth on because it does feel very natural, but at the same time, it is a there's something a bit weird about it. I can't quite put my finger on. I don't know. Maybe that's something someone hears and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But that's just how I felt. To me, it comes off a little weird, but I don't hate it. It feels a little stilted to me in a weird way. I can't really place.
He told me to never mention Ribbit's name again. He made me promise.
I really like the moment where this gets revealed later, and I'll talk about that during that scene.
And I did. I think that's where our friendship really, finally ended. I wonder if things would have been different if I'd said no.
That's a really interesting note. Does Jax need people who pry more? Because it's like Ragatha just tried to be nice to him, and obviously that wasn't the answer. So she did put her foot down and said, "No, we're going to confront this." What sort of reaction would he have? And would that help or would that worsen his state? Because he is a very volatile person. It's a very interesting thought and a very real one, too.
And I guess I just didn't want to lose any more friends. Show us what I...
And yeah, for her, it's like, yeah, she didn't want to lose anyone else, so she didn't want to rock the boat too hard, which is why, for Jack, she came off so disingenuous about a lot of stuff. Again, I'll talk about it when it comes to the scene with her and him from the flashbacks, but there's a very interesting spin to it that I love that they do with it that I'll talk about when we get there.
You were the first real friend I made here. And despite all that's happened, I still consider you my closest friend.
This is fucked up. What about Kinger? Okay, Ragatha may have been a day one friend, but Kinger was the day three homie, dude. He was the day three homie. Okay. I'm like, Ragatha is cool and all, but come on. Kinger was like the first person you made a real, genuine connection with, I think. But I get where she's coming from. When I was talking to my girlfriend about this, I made the same complaint, and she was like, well, Kinger is like more of the dad of the group. And I was like, that's a good point, actually. I can see her being like, yeah, Kinger's more like the dad, the adult. So it's like, Ragtha's like the person she would consider like on that close friendship level, while Kinger is like, that's my super mature friend who guides me. So I'm like, yeah, I get it. I still think it's a little fucked up. It's like, come on, give Kinger his flowers, dude.
I'm glad we're still friends.
Oh, this hug's so beautiful. It feels like something I shouldn't be watching. This is like, it's so intimate and tender. I'm like, damn, should I be looking at this? It's like, fuck. And the camera spin with the pink lights, it's so beautifully directed. And I like that, obviously there are going to be a lot of people who read into this dynamic of them as like romantic. I feel like that's fine. I also like that it can be interpreted as them just being close friends as well. I like it, that it can really be either, just depending on how you see it and how you feel about these characters and their dynamic. There's a lot of crying in this finale, though. The crying might be a little excessive. Just a tad. Just a tad.
What are we gonna do?
Make sure Gangle, Zubul, and Kinger are okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do.
You've been one of the best things to happen to me since I got here.
It's actually kind of sad. Like, it's a very beautiful and sweet sentiment. But at the same time, it's like, they didn't really get close, I think, until like after the gun episode. So there was just a huge lapse of time where it's like, they were in this very awkward position where Pomni wasn't really sure if she trusted Ragatha or how to feel about her. Especially with like the first episode where she basically abandoned Ragatha. But it's like, yeah, ultimately, Pomni did become that person for her that she could be like genuinely close to eventually. And it's like, it's both so sad but also so beautiful. And then they look at each other for a very uncomfortable amount. Maybe they are gay. Maybe they're a little gay. I mean, look at that. I don't think friends look at each other like that. I'm just saying, I don't look at my friends like that. I also think rewatching this is a lot better paced than I realized the first time. Like, it is fast, but it just feels better on rewatch, which is really good. You want things to feel good or even better on rewatch. Oh, this music is so good. Love the direction of this scene. Such a good shot. Also love how it calls back to like Kinger and his wife, how she was more calm in the darkness. I love how Pomni picks up on all these little stories and experiences that she's heard from everyone and uses that to help everyone because she heard all of them and she understands them. So it's really cool seeing the fruition of her genuinely listening and interacting with people. I wonder if this is what Kinger saw when he hugged his wife. And maybe that's like what made him go crazy. Just being in her mind and seeing everything. I mean, besides just, losing his wife, making him go crazy. And then we get the fucking Persona 5 type Mind Palace, dude. It's really cool. I love the colors of this. The way, like, the steps reverberate off of everything is really cool. I love these very crude drawings of him. He just can't take anything seriously, and it's this coping mechanism.
That if you need anything, or if you need to talk to anybody, I'm here for you.
Yeah, it's basically like Jack's just, these scenarios he runs in his head are so very disconnected from reality and sad. That's like, oh, if Ragatha disappeared, Pomni's just going to be the new Ragatha and she's going to try and pry into everything and manipulate me the way I perceived Ragatha doing to me, because she feels like what she's about to say, that she needs to fix me and she can fix me and I'm broken.
I know you need it. And I'm the only person who can help you. You
Exactly.
need me. I can fix you.
Oh, it's just like Evangelion.
What? We can't die from oxygen deprivation, remember?
I like how complicated this side of his psyche is, where it's like he has all these little very fake, disconnected from reality concepts of like what ifs, and he just like it's so drenched in irony and not taking anything seriously. And it's like it always gets down to that thing where he's like, ultimately the conclusion to all of these scenarios is I'm gonna end up hurting everyone because I'm a piece of shit, is basically at least how I see his thought process in these little scenarios he runs.
Sup?
Jax, why are you wearing that?
Wearing what? Oh, this! I figured what better way to honor Zubal's spirit than by wearing something all gender freaky, right?
Just when I saw this in theater, that's when I looked over to my friends and I quietly whispered, "Oh, Jax is like actually fucked, like actually mentally like damaged." Because I'm like, this is such a just very vile disconnect from everyone and everything. So where it's like, oh yeah, Zubul, they're all about that gender freaky stuff. It's like even the moment in this like fake scenario where Zubul gets abstracted, that's just the main thing he hones in on, and like just making Gangle the victim of that. It's so weird and fucked up. I really like how it's done. It's like it's so realistically screwed up, and I really, really like it. And it doesn't pull its punches either. I'm like, that's just a very like crass and vile thing to say about someone.
I hate you.
What? Don't act like you don't like it, sweet cheek. Meet me in my room after the funeral. Don't be late.
I was watching a video, or maybe not. I think this was actually something my girlfriend said. I don't think it was a video I was watching. But basically, she's like, "Oh, is this like connected to like how he views his parents' divorce and their relationship? This very fucked up thing where they both hate each other but both still love each other. You know, it feels like some sort of parallel to the way he grew up with divorced parents. I find that idea very interesting. It could be something like that." And I think that's a very cool idea. So, but it definitely shows that he has a very skewed vision of relationships in general. Bonnie's like, what the fuck? Rightfully so. Go, the Looney Tunes.
The only person I've ever loved.
I gotta do something about this.
I think this is generally the only
I think
comedic
this
moment
calls for a
in the
change in
finale.
scenery.
It's really funny. I do like this scene. Still fucked up though. This guy is mentally gone. Poor Pomni having to see all that. Like, I don't know if I want to help this guy anymore.
Why are you wearing that? I wouldn't be caught dead wearing that. I'm wearing it ironically. That way
Sure
it
you
shows
are.
truly just how little I care. Don't
Okay, okay, rewatching this the 3 times, because I watched this in theaters, I was like, did he just call himself the F slur? And like, I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe I'm just reaching. Maybe he just said some other crass word. But no, I'm quite certain after watching this like 3 times that he did himself call himself the F slur. And that is so much mental fuckery, psychic type shit. I don't even want to begin. I don't even want to begin picking apart the amount of therapy this man needs. Or I guess the way it's going with this finale, it hints to Jax probably being trans or some sort of gender non-conforming at least. And it's very interesting the way that that's hinted to but not directly stated. And I really like how it's done.
Is that what you really think of us back there?
Oh, that? Who knows?
That's not reality, though.
Oh boy,
What is
reality.
It's that thing I was saying. He's so disconnected from reality.
Reality's gay. Yeah, I mean, killing.
Okay. The reality's gay line is probably the second funniest part. There's 2 funny moments. And that reality is gay is very funny. I'm gonna start saying that a lot.
This whole episode's been nothing but wow, wow, wow.
There has been
Where's
a lot
the
of crying.
levity?
It has been a bit excessive. I like that door is like it's the real Jax, so it's actually colored correctly. This right here, this whole scene, like probably the best part of the movie. The whole Jack's POV goes insane. I find it interesting. I thought the real world would be animated, but I actually like how it's depicted as just the real world with live action. It's such a cool thing, because you would expect the whole thing to just be animated, but that really surprised me a lot.
Okay.
It's about that vocal
Wait.
fry in his voice, dude.
Wait. I look stupid.
I love how this calls back to episode 5, where he's like having the panic attack in the bathroom. He looks himself in the mirror. He's like, he looks stupid or whatever. It's just like, yeah, he can't get over this visage he has now, you know? It's something he's so fixated on. And it ties into him not being able to take anything seriously because he sees himself in this form. He's like, I'm not gonna actually have genuine emotions while being this stupid bunny. And also, holy shit, they built that frog crazy, dude. What the fuck?
Can't even tell it's not real.
Okay, never mind. The funniest thing in this whole finale is Kafo just being the chillest fucking guy ever. His voice is so funny for how fucking nonchalant it is.
Hey, Ribbit, you want to be on my team again?
Sorry. I'm gonna be showing Jax around this time.
No worries, y'all have fun.
And yeah, it's just like seeing how, like, even in the circus and being stuck here, the fact that everyone just has each other keeps them sane, and you know they can be happy. It's so tragic seeing these fleeting moments where they're actually like not tortured by the fact that they're stuck here forever and they're almost normal. It makes everything so tragic, and it's so well done. I love it. I love it so much.
Today's adventure was really fun.
Okay, I saw this and I started sweating. I'm like, do I need to look away? Do I need to get an adult? Like, what the fuck is about to happen? I know they can't have sex here, but this feels like framing for they're about to bang. Because holy shit, it's such a intimate and tender moment and framing.
Have you ever done something that you regret?
Yeah? Have you ever breathed air?
Oh my god, the visuals here are so pretty, dude. The colors, like the framing from Jax's POV, the actual animation, texturing, the stylization of everything, it looks so good. It looks so fucking good. It's actually kind of unbelievable that this is like just an indie project, you know? And the way this conversation is directed is so natural and real.
Cut ties with my
raw.
parents when I moved out. They were devout Mormons, and I wasn't.
They had to put that dig towards Mormons, dude, and I feel it. Mormons are scary, so I understand her completely. It's very shocking hearing something in a show like this. It's like, oh yeah, there is a real outside world there. That's what makes like the framing of the outside world as live action work so well, because it's like, yeah, the way these characters are written, the way they talk, it's so natural, it's so realistic that it doesn't even feel jarring that the outside world is depicted with live action footage. And yeah, Mormons, they're an interesting bunch. They're an interesting bunch.
Is this your way of trying to get me to open up?
It's my way of letting you know I trust you. Do you trust me?
I love the directing of it so much. It's so nuanced and so subtle how they're just like talking around Jax's problems, but this is about like trust ultimately, you know? Like she trusts Jax so much, she's so close to him, and she wants him to feel that same way because he lets her feel, you know, like she can be vulnerable and like she can just talk, and she wants that for him because she knows how complicated he is and how like hard it was to get adjusted here. It just shows how much how close they are and how much she genuinely cares about him, which makes what happens later even more tragic, you know? There's so much sincerity from her side, but Jax is such a fucked up person that is like, if it was anyone else, this interaction would have been a slam hit, you know, would have been natural, it would have developed their relationship, probably somewhere romantic or not. They would have just been close to each other. But because it was Jax, it all goes to hell.
It's kind of a lot.
And I love the abstraction eyes coming in ever so often between everything. It's a really, really cool artistic choice. I love it a lot.
You're kind of a lot. A lot is fine.
And it's like, from these flashbacks, it's such a short amount of time, but with that time, I believe in this connection and relationship. Like, it feels so genuine. It's so beautifully done. It drives me crazy how good it is.
A lot is fine, huh?
A lot is fine. That's so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
I had a weird relationship with my my parents. They split when I was just starting high school. He never seemed proud of me, and I always felt like a disappointment to him. When they split up, I just never saw him again.
Yeah, and it's like that does tie into Jax's weird relationship and complications with gender. It's so real. So it's very real.
I thought I got along better with Mom, but after he was gone,
And I love how the camera pans to
she
where we get
changed.
the third person view. Really well done.
When
Very
I showed
beautifully
weakness,
directed.
I was less of a man than him. When I lashed out, I was just as bad as him.
You know, as a child of divorce too, I can understand and empathize with a bit of this, like how complicated and nuanced that sort of situation is. Thankfully, my parents were chill, you know. Personally, I didn't really care that my parents divorced that much. I don't know if that makes me fucked up. I don't know. Maybe deep down there's some complications there that I'm just not aware of. But like I didn't really care that much that they divorced, so maybe I'm fucked up. Maybe I need as much therapy as this guy right here.
One stupid day.
Voice acting so good.
I told her something I regret telling her.
I wonder if that
Something
was like
deep and personal.
I wonder if that thing he told her was something about like not wanting to be a guy, or like maybe something with sexuality too. It could have been something like that. I'm pretty sure one of those two things, either something with sexuality or something with gender identity.
Personal, degrading insults that felt like it went on forever.
I love how the camera slowly turns
despite all
with
that,
him as he's talking about this. It's so well
the thing
done.
that bothered me most was at the end of all of it, she hugged me. So I panicked and I pushed her off me with all the force I could.
And the music with it. Like this show utilizes silence so well, but it also knows like when to have these very beautiful ambient backing tracks that heighten the emotions of everything.
And she didn't get up. I never found out the answer.
I always assumed he had probably ran over someone and couldn't deal with the guilt of it, but like this backstory is even more tragic and fucked up than I could have thought. And the whole thing where he doesn't even stay to like know if she was alive or not just ties into his whole character of just always running away, never being able to face the consequences of his actions. And it's like, yeah, he's as much of a victim as he is like the perpetrator of all his mental issues and baggage. It's very well written, and it's why I feel like, even though I personally hate Jax as a person, I hate I hate his personality. I hate him, can't stand him. The way he's written makes him so you're so able to sympathize with him and understand him. I feel like that's what makes the best writing in characters, where it's like there's so much nuance to the writing of their personality, whereas like they're heavily flawed. they can be a bad person, but you can also have all these things that don't make them a bad person, or that they're a victim of circumstances, and that's why they are a bad person or do bad things. I feel like Jax is a very nuanced and well-written character, which is why even though I hate him personally, I love him as a character and think he's just like top notch when it comes to like a character study. It's really well done stuff. And the camera is still slowly turning, keeping
Whatever
that
I did to
momentum of the scene.
I'll never know.
Like it's so contemplative. I love it.
I mean, if the police never came after you, then she was probably fine.
It's a very good point.
Wait, I'm glad you trust me.
Oh, the framing is so beautiful.
This is
One thing I love about this show is that the rules of the circus never leave, even in the most tender and personal moments. Even in this situation, where Jax is bearing his soul and genuinely connecting to Ribbit, the circus just overwrites everything. You can't have a moment to yourself, like an actual real moment that's not uninterrupted. And I think that's it's part of the horror of the series that's done so well. Ah, this scene's so cute, dude. It's so sweet. I don't even like Jackson. It's so sweet. Again, him blushing about the bow, probably tied to his gender non-conforming nature, and like wanting to not be so, like not wanting to be masculine. I feel like it's done super well. Also, this shot, it's so simple, but it's so beautiful with the context of everything. It's one of my favorite shots in the whole finale. Dude, they're giving each other the bedroom eyes.
Hey,
Yeah? I mean, now's not a good time. Or now's fine.
And it's like that one simple thing that breaks it all. Like, if Kaufmo had not interrupted, would things had changed? Or would Jack still have gone off the deep end and tried to push her away, It's like you'll never know, but ultimately the decision Jack's made is the decision he makes. And there's no taking it back or undoing the consequences of it.
So, if you ever tell anyone about this, I'm never
And we're
speaking
back
to
to
you
his
again.
POV
Sound
as
good?
well.
Yeah,
It's done so
Awesome, bye.
naturally, I didn't even notice we were back at his POV, but it's so seamless.
Why am I such an idiot? Why am I such an idiot?
Generally makes me so angry.
hey,
This part pisses
Jax.
me off, dude. It's
Look,
good writing. Very good
about
writing. But he pisses me off.
What? That corny backstory out of a Hallmark movie? Nah.
He's
really got you,
such a
though.
bitch. He is such a bitch. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad.
You want to team up?
Nah, I'm with Kaufmo.
Again, love the framing of the shot. Again, simple rules of third shot, but there's something so uncomfortable about just how much space there is around her. It's very it's just very it's very uncomfortable, and you feel that discomfort that she feels trying to reconnect with Jax but not being able to. And then we're here
Jax,
where
can
it
we
all
talk?
goes down.
I miss talking to you.
We're here. We're talking. What else do you want from me?
I just want to be friends again.
What? So you can pry into my personal life and hold it over my head?
Is that really what you think?
I love this reoccurring motif of Jack saying some whack shit. Everyone being like, is that truly what you actually think? Because it's so disconnected to reality and so fucked up. It's like, no, dude, we genuinely care about you. We're trying to connect to you, but you're pushing everyone away. But you understand why he does it. But it's still like he's still taking these drastic measures to hurt everyone because he's hurt. So it's like this huge web of nuance that hurts so bad, but it's so beautifully done. I love it.
This can't be what you want.
What? Because you know me so well. Because we're
And this
super
argument,
close
it's too
best
real.
friends,
It's
so
so
we know everything
uncomfortable.
about each
Like
other.
them yelling over each other.
I'm sorry for crying, but I don't want this one stupid mistake to be
Here
the
we
thing
go.
that ends
Here
all
we
of this.
go.
And that line she says is so relatable. Like that one stupid mistake to be what ends all of it. Because she didn't make a mistake. She's just being truthful to herself. But because it put Jax in this uncomfortable, triggering situation, you know, you just disengage from everything. It's like I've been in so many situations like that where I've just said one little thing to people I thought I had great connections with that just ruined the whole friendship. It's like you want to take it back, you want to fix it, but if the other person doesn't want to fix it and doesn't want to put the effort into understanding your side of things, then there's nothing you can really do about it. And it really does hurt. It really does make you go insane. So I feel Rivet so much in this moment because it's something I have been through so much in the past growing up.
You're the one using me! You're manipulating me and
God, that part is, it's so rough. Just the way they're yelling at her. He's like, "You're using me. You're manipulating me." It's like, how do you even think? How do you even think of writing that, dude? That is like, it is so it's so intimate and raw, but it fits so perfectly. It's like they're silly fucking cartoon characters, but you take it so seriously because the writing is that good.
Hey, if Ribbit ever says anything about me, just know it's not true.
What?
Also, like how you subtly see Kaufmo kind of like he's not as happy, you know. He just looks like he's a bit more disconnected from everything.
Hey, Jax.
Like, yeah, look how fucking mopey is. Like he is losing it too, and it's like you just see it all in the background, but it builds up to his abstraction. And he can't do it. I like that lingering where he like wants to, but he just can't bring himself to do it. And of course, like with every abstraction, we don't actually see it, we just see the aftermath.
If you need anyone to talk to.
Do I look like I need someone to talk to?
Yeah, it's just that recurring thing where people are like trying to reach out to him, but he keeps pushing them away when they're just trying to help him, and they're genuine about it, but he just can't see it, or doesn't even want to see it because he doesn't feel like he's worth it at all.
I know it's hard. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. I promise.
And the scene with Ragatha is pretty heartbreaking too, because you could tell, like, Jax in one of the episodes, he's like, "Oh, it gets hard to tell whether she's actually being genuine or not." It's like, yeah, she tried to be genuine, but you keep pushing her away, and she doesn't want to make him upset or rock the boat, so she feels like she really has to default to, like, this very walking on eggshells, non-specific kind of complimenting, because she doesn't want what happened with Jax to happen with other people. Even shines a light on Ragatha feeling very disingenuous at the beginning, is because she tried to be genuine, but the more she tried to be genuine, the more pushed away she got from Jax, you know? Is one of those things that the finale brings together in a really neat bow, to where it's like there's more nuance to the situation than anyone was saying back in the past.
Huh? What?
I also find it interesting that, like, immediately after that conversation, Gangle shows up.
How about we call her Gangle? That sounds about as pathetic as she looks.
I love that Ragatha and Kafka are like, "Dude, what the fuck? You're not like this, man. What is going on?" They're just like so actually perturbed by his behavior.
Out of the way, Rag!
It also hurts. That hurts a lot.
I know we don't get along, but I think I might have found a way out of here.
Have fun being crazy!
To be fair, I don't know why the fuck he would go to Jax for that after everything that's been going on with Jax. I wonder, because, like, I like that with Kaufmo, you see him kind of losing it in the background. So Kaufmo abstracting isn't completely Jax's fault like Ribbit's abstraction was, but it's still like Jax did push him further into that direction by just pushing him away. And it really shows the consequences of Jax not being able to, like, face reality and be genuine with people.
You're not looking too good. You gonna cry? Looking like this?
Yeah, that's another moment where it's like, it's him looking in the mirror and being like, "This, I can't take this seriously because I'm a stupid fucking cartoon rabbit and none of this can be real because that's just too fucking ridiculous." How, like, It was kind of that thing I was saying about the circus doesn't let you have any genuine moments because everything is just this very oversaturated cartoony shit, and it ties kind of to the horror of the situation to where you can't have a moment to yourself really at all.
I'd move on. And probably forget about you.
Love the tilt. The tilt's so good. Like, of course, this is like him turning his head, which is a very iconic part of that argument. But seeing it like from his perspective, where Pomni is skewed, really puts you more in her shoes, where it's like, wow, this is a guy I generally tried to make a connection with, and he just does not give a fuck at all about all the effort I've been putting into, like, well, all the effort of their relationship, you know, actually being friends. He's so far gone, he can't have actual connection, even with people who want to be close to him, and that shit just hurts. Oh, and the colors here. The colors here are so beautiful. I love I love the framing of this like just completely dark room with just a singular lamp. The colors, it's so like agonizing. Something about it, like that stark red, you know, it's just it's so pretty, but it's also so there's something so haunting about it with this just completely black void.
I didn't know you could play the piano.
I only know like 2 songs.
And it's very telling that that's the first thing Pomni says to him after seeing everything, how fucked up he was and like all the terrible shit he did. She's still trying to relate to him on a personal level and understand him. And that kind of speaks to Pomni's character and the type of person she is. Because like, if it were me, I'd be like, dude, I fucking hate your ass.
Why are you here?
And the music coming in. So beautiful. Oh, and this scene where it calls back to episode 2 with Pomni feeling like she was about to abstract and go off to deepen, but everyone reached out and saved her. I love how it parallels that with Jax.
I'm a terrible person.
I really love how self-aware Jax is. It brings even more complexity to his character, where he knows exactly everything he's doing and what he's doing wrong, but he can't fight back against his nature and the trauma he has.
Is that what you want me to say?
I also love the framing. Oh my god, the pixels. My fucking bitrate's dying. But whatever. The framing of this scene, like I love the static over it. Like he can't visualize what actually happened. It was like such a shocking moment that you can't even like visualize it. It's all just covered up. And I love the framing of it as too, because all the emphasis is put on his hand, you know? Like it's taking up majority of the frame because he doesn't want to concentrate on the consequence of what he just did. You know, he doesn't want to come to terms with it. So it's both beautiful framing and really cool use of this static effect of showing his trauma and his disconnect, you know?
So why does anybody still care about me?
Yeah, like why does anyone put the effort in when like he tries so desperately to keep pushing him away because he thinks he doesn't worth it, because his dad didn't want him, his mom, he felt his mom didn't want him. Also, the scene, very, very Evangelion. This is like very much like the last episode of Evangelion where Shinji's going through the human instrumentality project, and he's like reckoning with all his with all his trauma, you know. And I also like this because I feel like it ties to like Jax not really knowing what or who he's supposed to be, like all the doubts he has of himself because of the divorce and his parents being ashamed of him and ridiculing him for who he is, you know? So I love that aspect of it as well. And this, oh my god, I forgot about this scene. This scene's also fucking beautiful, where it's like now Pomni's in the place of his mother, because Pomni is someone he got close to that he's trying to push away, because he knows ultimately he's going to end up doing the same thing that he did to his mother and the same thing that he did to Ribby. He's just going to end up hurting her or possibly causing her to die. This is what he thinks is going to happen when he gets close to people, and I think showing it this way, just visually, it's really cool. I'm like, that's so beautiful. My dog barked.
Leave me alone!
I like the music swelling as well. It's so good.
You're making this so much harder.
I think this is my favorite moment of crying in the finale. You know, a lot of the crying has felt not forced, it's felt natural, but it's felt very like it's been a bit much. There's been a lot of crying, and it could get a bit much to where it's like, when do you run out of tears, man? When are you out? But with Jax's tears, like I feel like it's the best moment of crying in this finale. And by the way, I don't think the crying is actually a bad thing. Like with the dialogue, it's the repetition of it. I feel like there could have been a better execution to make it a little less, because you know, sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of the time, less is more, you know. And she just hugs him. It's so beautiful.
You're making this so much harder.
And Jax's voice actor is just fucking going for it. He is in this role. It's so fucking beautifully executed.
You should have just talked to me, man.
I love this. I love Pomni saying, "You should have just talked to me, man." It's like, it's so real, but there's something so tragic about it. It's like, yeah, you could have just talked to her and she would have understood, because like that's just the type of person Pomni is. She doesn't hold grudges. She's a very empathetic, very caring person, you know. She's very well adjusted and she understands people. So this moment is just really genuine and really sweet.
I did this to myself.
He did do it to himself. He is 100%. He did do that shit to himself 100%. Not that he deserves it. I don't think he deserves it. But I do like that there is this huge consequence for him not being able to grow as a person and actually accept people.
Talk to me now.
Talk to me now. Like, oh, that's so... It's these small little things that just speak so much. They say so much with so little. It's so beautiful.
I hate you. You know that?
It's like he doesn't even, he can't even say it with conviction. He can't say I hate you with conviction because he doesn't mean it.
You always have to go and complicate things.
But that is genuine. She does complicate things, but that's not even a bad thing for him. He's like, yeah, you make me look deeper into things and like actually reckon with myself and what I'm actually doing.
I don't want to go.
It's like, fuck, that line, it also hits so hard. Like, that's some real shit. Another song jump scare. We got a little Jax flashback. I think when I first heard this, I was like, oh, is that like how Jax feels about Pomni? But I think it is, like, I feel like the use of the song is directed at Jax, which that's what I think. And it does make it more interesting with his whole the gender non-conforming part of his personality, where it says isn't, you know, uses she. I do really like the use of the song. When I was watching theaters with my friends, they were like, that was so cheesy. Or one of my friends said it was super cheesy. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's so well implemented. And I also feel like it's like one of those things that does kind of harken back to like kind of the Evangelion type of vibes in this finale, you know? This is like very Evangelion. It reminds me of the end of Evangelion where it plays that one song at the very end where you know, the human instrumentality thing is happening and everything is just super fucking insane. It reminds me of that a lot. This is a really cool shot. Wait. That shot's so cool. Usually I don't like slow motion and stuff. I just feel like it's very tacky, but I feel like this is one of those moments where it's a very stunning shot.
I'm glad we weren't too late. Like you guys keep saying, we're all in this together.
That's one of those dialogue moments that just I find a little silly, just a little bit. We're all in this together, guys. It's just a little funny to me. So it's one of those dialogue choices where I'm like, I wouldn't really write it like that, you know. But I'm not a writer, so what the fuck do I know? But I'm like, it's one of those moments where I'm like, that didn't sit completely well to me. But it's such a small moment, I don't really care that much.
You guys.
Another montage. Again, it just shocks me how positive well, bittersweet descending. It was like I was not expecting any of this, but I love the direction they go with it. And then Gangle finally it sets in for her, you know. I think it's so interesting, just like because she had the most contentious relationship with Jax. Jax tortured her, but like she still ultimately cries for him. And I bet that's super cathartic for her, as complicated as those feelings are.
Having a lot of complex thoughts.
It's another one of those dialogue options where I you know, I gotta giggle a little bit. I gotta giggle a little bit to myself. It feels like Zubal's about to go into an ad read, dude. Just a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that one, but again, not really a big deal. It's such a small piece in this whole epic of an ending.
We're still human.
They do save it with that line. The "we're still a human" line goes hard. Love that. And I love the way they wipe away her tears so tenderly, so beautiful. It's so sweet. Their whole relationship throughout this series has been really sweet. I really like how it's done. I'm not even that big of a romance person. I really like the romance between them.
How are you holding up?
Doesn't that hurt?
I've been through worse.
I love that moment too. That's just really sweet. Like Ragatha sharing the pain with Pomni. It's very sweet and kind of ties back together with Pomni abandoning Ragatha at the very beginning of the show, and in this moment, they've gotten so close that Ragatha is here to comfort her through like the pseudo abstraction process, and they're kind of giving each other those eyes where it's like I can see the romantic threads there. I'm not really sure it's like that, but I can definitely see it. They're kind of giving each other that looky look, dude.
Thank you for doing this. All
I'm
of
like,
you.
get a room, get a
Hey,
fucking room.
Someone
you
had to
two.
do something.
I love this reveal that Kane is still there. It's like, whoa, definitely was not expecting that. But what they do with Kane, let me tell you. I love the non-linear storytelling here where we get their side of everything from the moment Kane was deleted and then Kane's side of everything.
Was I truly that bad?
I like how that shows that like Bubble was kind of just like a reflection of Kane's subconscious in a way. It's very, very interesting stuff, like all the self-doubts he has about being able to fulfill his purpose.
Is this really what I deserve? They're in the wrong, right?
And him just reckoning with everything is so well done.
Did
Like I was not expecting this for Kane. I was expecting Kane to just kind of stay like the evil AI, but him being more than that is really cool to me. This looks like fucking PS2 background, dude. But I love how this also kind of shows the passage of time for him in a very abstract way. The Jax POV scene was one of my favorite moments, but I think this whole sequence with Kane is probably like genuinely one of my favorite moments as well in the entire show, not just in the finale. I genuinely really love this very high conceptual visual storytelling they do with Kane, because I also love that beginning sequence in episode 8 where you see Kane as like when he first starts and he's taking in all these images and shooting these ideas out, and then they retire Kane for the blue AI, which I think would be named Abel. That's what I think, because the company's called Kane and Abel. Kane's the first AI, so I think that second blue AI is Abel. And so I love that whole sequence too, where you see how everything came to be, but it's purely like this very minimalistic visual storytelling. It's so cool and creative and pretty artsy too. Like it's kind of saucy. And the music, it's so fucking good. Like it just sets the atmosphere of everything so well. I wonder what that was. That's something I didn't really notice, him like manifesting this and putting it in himself. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. I like how the file's represented as a door. I also love that he like runs. Like he's brought down from flying and he like has to physically reach this thing with his own 2 legs and body, you know? Like this scene where he just sits, he just thinks, he's trying to figure out the puzzle to get there is so cool. Like this is such cool storyboarding and direction. Okay, it's like him making the stuff, got it. Because that's the blue thing he put inside of himself, I think. Cube. Yeah, and him having to like build his way up. The way it parallels the scene from episode 8 where he was first made and he was like developing. I love the parallel there. It's like it's such simple visuals for it, but it's so cool. The drill, dude, my drill's the drill that will pierce the heavens. I think it's supposed to be a Gurren Lagann reference. I love that he has to like reach out and touch it with like his actual I guess soul. It's not really a soul, but like the actual physical version of him as the red orb. He has to like actually reach out and touch it. This shot's beautiful. Nothing more to say. That shot is just fucking beautiful. And again, just like with that sequence end, here, I'll keep playing it. Just like in that sequence in episode 8, it's like once you, because like, you know, the first time it was showing the flashes of those images as it was going into him, but once you got that first sequence of it with Kane, when you see it with the second AI, it kind of it kind of simplifies it and just shows it without showing like the flashing images or like the step by step. You just see him doing it because you've already seen the step by step. That's a very good sense of continuity that I really like. And I really like the direction of it. Like, it's one of those small things you wouldn't even think about, but the direction of the scene is just so well done. Also, I find it interesting it says obsolete. Like, what does obsolete mean? Maybe someone could tell me. Blue Street Cafe. That's where it came from. This visual is so Evangelion. I think this is actually... I'm pretty sure this is a reference to the end of Evangelion. I'll have to look up the image of it and compare, but this feels exactly like that one scene from it. Dude, I was so scared when I first saw this. I was so scared they were actually going to bring the abstracted people back. I was like, that would be so lame if they just fixed all the abstractions. That's all their names. Something so novel about seeing like actual real names in the show. It feels wrong. Especially seeing like the live action stuff, like the real life stuff. It's so weird, but it's so cool. I love how they make this like a whole big multimedia thing.
I was irresponsible. I turned them against me.
I feel so fucking vindicated having Kane as one of my favorite characters. Kane has always been one of my favorite characters of the show. And one thing I really like about him, especially in this finale, is that he's not just like generic, oh, evil AI. Like there's a lot of nuance to his personality, because it's like he's as much as a victim as the rest of them are, you know. Humans made this reckless technology that they didn't fully understand, and they just made this sentient being that could do all these things, and they like abandoned one just for the sake of progress, and they didn't fully understand what they were doing. So this is the consequence of their actions of messing with that technology so recklessly and so irresponsibly, and Kane is the victim of that as much as he has put everyone else through hell. I love that it's not so black and white.
I could create intelligent beings that do whatever I want, but
I love his monologuing here. I love that he's like, He's like going on
create
this
them.
philosophy arc, dude.
After all,
It's beautiful growth.
is their free will not what made them alluring in the first place?
True. It's beautiful.
But they hate me. If I leave them
This angle is really funny. That's all I have to say about it.
unchecked, they could kill me. They already did.
I love that. I love he's like, yeah, they've already killed me. This is the consequence of my own actions, and this is what happened when I didn't take their concerns into consideration, when I just used them as props or like my own creations. As like, no, they're not that. They're not that at all. They're like their own things, and he's his own thing. And him reckoning with that is just so well done. I did not in a million years, if you asked me to predict the ending of the show, I'd be like, yeah, Kane goes on a whole self-journey arc and gets redeemed. I would have never guessed that. And if someone told me that, I'd be like, that's the lamest thing ever. But the actual execution of it is done so beautifully. And one thing I really love about it is that, like, throughout the series, Kane has done a lot of bad, but he's never done anything like beyond redemption. Like, he did torture them, but there's so much worse he could have done that, like, it feels like this is earned for him realizing everything he did was wrong and having to build back up trust, or not even build back up trust because they never trusted him to begin with, but building trust in the first place and actually connecting with them the way he wanted to and actually completing his purpose fully by giving them freedom.
I'm sorry I did this to you, buddy.
I don't like the visual of that. Very gross. Very cool. Very gross.
All this power we had together.
Oh, the lighting here is beautiful.
But we just can't exist like this.
Yeah. He's pulling that hollow purple pose, dude. Crazy. I'm pretty sure everyone has made that joke. I love this conclusion for him where he has to let go of this part of himself, you know? He has to just let it go, and he has to basically take away a lot of his own power over everything to really bring himself down to everyone else's level and connect with them fully. And another thing I really love about this scene is that it ties back to like his whole arc of wanting to find this place. He's been obsessed with this place. And when he finally finds it is when he's been deleted because he fucked up so bad. And that's what takes him to fully realizing himself. It's like, yeah, this place is exactly what he needed. Having that set up so early and paying it off in this way, a way I would have never predicted, is so cool. This is the scene that gets me. This is where I start feeling like I'm gonna cry, dude. This scene fucking destroys me. I can't even explain to you why.
I don't know if I deserve to be forgiven.
It may take time.
The framing of the shot's beautiful. I love the I love the slant of it. Just very cool. It looks beautiful. This is like such a genuinely beautiful shot, you know?
But all good things do.
That line too, where it's like, it may take time, but all good things do. It's like, damn, dude. This Moon character was a gag character and she's spitting the most fucking philosophically true shit ever. It's like, it's so beautiful.
Good things do. I still love you.
And that's the line that destroys me. It destroys me. It's like, even after everything, this one thing that he's been neglecting the whole time, one of his own creations, that's like hasn't even been a passing thought for a majority of the show. It's just like, I still love you. And that is so, I don't know why it gets me so much, but it fucking wrecks me deep down.
You know, I never programmed you to say
especially
you loved
with
me.
him saying that. And like, I love that she's just like, yeah, I know, I love you. And I'm like, fuck, I was even invested in this fucking man thing, and they just made me like fucking made me feel so many things just having this fucking silly Moon character say to Kane that she loves him despite not being programmed to, despite everything just being like this AI simulation. It's so poignant. It's so poignant in a way I can't put into words. Now they're like, oh shit. They're like round fucking 2. Understandably so. I'd be pissing myself as well.
And you have no reason to trust me after all I've done.
I love this confrontation where he's
doing a
just
lot of
being so
thinking, and
honest with them.
I
One
want
thing I wish is that he like floated
give
down to
you
Stan to be on their
control
level.
of
I feel
this
like
place.
that would have brought it together fully, but I still love this scene.
I've learned a lot about you and your world.
You really caused a lot of hell for us. It's gonna take some time to build up any kind of trust between us again.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that they would like not be as hateful and vitriolic towards him, because for a majority of the time Kane was just goofy, and when he did actually become evil and like tortured them, even Zubul was like, oh, this is my fault for pushing him so hard. Like there was an empathy to him there, even with all their anger and resentment towards him. It feels very real that like they're like, yeah, he was just the AI, he was just trying to do what he thought he was supposed to do, even in spite of like doing it so terribly and so wrong and putting us through hell. It's like it again ties into that whole thing where he is as much of a victim as of all of this as they are.
Did you need any help with?
No, not yet, anyway. We've worked something out.
Understandable.
Also love that where it's just like where he's like he reaches out to help and they don't accept his help because they still can't trust him yet, but they say not, like she says not yet. She doesn't say no entirely. It speaks a lot to like the sincerity of the show's message. I love I love Kinger. I love Kinger fidgeting his finger right here. The dude is so fidgety. He's so anxious. And this reveal is really cool too. We actually get to see like their lives after everything. And it's one of those things I feel like I would have hated the idea of, but the
Abigail
execution
Brooks.
of it is pretty great.
She's still an accountant.
She's a fucking accountant,
She even
dude.
has
That's
some
so
of them in
funny.
her videos with her. Susie J. Ackerman.
Cool ass
She
name.
appears to have left her hometown. Cut off
Also, she looks fucking. I don't know if this is her. I'm pretty sure it is. She looks cool as hell in this picture, dude. She actually looks badass.
all communication with her mother and has excelled in her career. Despite her injuries, she's made a good recovery in the hospital.
Yeah, I like how that confirms like she was probably hit by a car or something, like a lot of people thought. It's like, yeah, she sustained these like heavy injuries. I don't know how she would have gotten the headset. I guess she got the injuries before finding the headset, so maybe I don't know. I don't know how the logistics of it fully, but I do really like that background detail that she had this huge injury that made her feel like she couldn't do anything, you know, and that set a lot of like deep-seated trauma for her of like being stuck in a shitty job she hates and then getting in an accident and not having any agency over anything, you know?
Zubul, Riley Vercellis. After hopping around with different jobs,
Another cool
they look
picture.
like they've settled a bit and opened their own bar. It seems to be a successful one. People
I will never be able to see these characters as the actual real people. I will always see them as the cartoon characters. But it is cool seeing like having that closure for them. At first, I was like, I don't know how I feel that everyone has such like these big happy endings, but I think it works because it gives them that ultimate closure, the thing they've been worried about, like what are they doing with their outside lives and what are they missing. So I like the closure of it, even though with that first watch, I was like, I don't know how I feel that everyone has these like very happy-go-lucky endings, but it feels earned. It doesn't feel forced or anything.
all over the city come to it as a hip alternative destination where they can feel like themselves.
And
free
I
of
like
judgment.
Pomni's voiceover coming
Kinger.
back.
Grant Best. He's still working in tech and is still happily married to
Kinger
his
does
wife,
not care for
Destiny.
social media. That
They
dude's
appear
covering
to
his
have
face
2
in every
daughters together.
picture.
He looks like he's a good dad.
That's so sweet. It's so sweet. The music is so beautiful. It is so like triumphant.
Jax.
There he
Leroy
is.
Mateo. And is able to pay rent.
I like the little salute he does. He's so quirky.
A spot they seem to frequent is Riley's bar.
I like that detail that like their lives are so separate from each other, but like in like this small instance, like is where they like come together and have this interaction, even though they don't even know each other. You know, it's crazy to think about these relationships they built in this world, but in the outside world, they have no inkling of each other at all.
Is any of this actually real?
You definitely have it in you.
I like that question of if
sure
it's real or
about
not.
Rhino.
Well,
I feel like you would just
maybe
want to
you've
believe
got
it's
more
real, even
confidence
if
than
you
you
have
thought.
doubts, or even if it isn't.
I don't quite have the same power that I used to, but I can still make this place better for you. I'm keeping the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he gets rid of a lot of his power to really bring himself down to their levels, and it's like it's this great step to like showing how genuinely he's changed and how much he wants to reconcile.
World's open. What do you say, Pom? I mean, Abigail?
Nope, doesn't sound right. I
With
think
all that
Palmy's
being
fine.
said and done, Abby is out there, living her best life.
Dude, me and my girlfriend were laughing about that. Like, Pomni, what the fuck? Living her best life? Where did you even get that from? I'm like, are you a millennial or something? Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Is this one of those things? I don't think it's actually bad. It is a very Pomni thing to say, but it's just really funny to me. The actual, like, I don't know, that term, living your best life, is kind of funny to me. It's kind of funny to me. But I do love the sentiment of this. And the next thing she says, peak.
And here, I'm just Pomni.
It's so good. That's so good. Because it's like, yeah, her real life is out there, and here she is just Pomni. It's like, that's the best way to come to terms with being stuck in here forever, you know? Like, I just love how bittersweet this ending is, because it's still horrific being stuck in here for like an indefinite amount of period until the servers go down or whatever would happen, you know, to be like a real like end of everything. But just like, it's the message of the show has always been like, no matter how bad the situation is, it will be better if you make the best of the situation and trust in people. She's given the fucking bedroom eyes, dude. Crazy work. Also, this part is beautiful, where they just have this like free floating aquarium for the abstracts. It's really cool. Again, it's one of those bittersweet things. When I was watching it with my friends, a lot of them hated the abstracts didn't get fixed, but I just feel like that would be so lame and contradictory to the point of this show, of letting go, of not being able to take back the past. Because like, they're really sad that Jax got abstracted and Jax doesn't come back, and I feel like that's a perfect ending for him, because it's the perfect punishment for him not being able to grow as a person and to like genuinely connect to people, and for what he did to Ribbit. He made the choices and mistakes that he made, and he doesn't deserve this fate. None of them do. But it is the perfect conclusion to his character that this would happen, because he couldn't trust in others and he couldn't overcome his trauma and his past. He always put it on other people because he always hated himself. So it's just it's this thing where it's like, yeah, it's really sad and fucked up, but like, writing wise, thematically, it's beautiful, and I feel like it's like perfect for the ending of the show. He's like, me? I'm so vindicated. I love Kane. I've always loved Kane. I love this parallel to the first scene. Instead of like a straight table, it's a round table. They're all just together. It's very sweet. Would have never predicted the show to have such a positive ending. Not ever. But I'm glad they did it this way. Genuinely. It's just full circle moment. It's like poetry. They rhyme. And the scene's also sweet where she just waves. It's like, oh, I felt so much seeing this in the theater, dude. I like, it made me so sad, but so happy. I was so happy to be sad. Then the credits. It is like, damn, that's it. One thing I really love about the ending of the show is like the ambiguity it keeps. It keeps a lot of things ambiguous, and I feel like that works really well because the main focus on the show has been the characters and the themes of like trusting each other and friendship and all that. So like all the background details are left pretty ambiguous, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's fun and it leaves enough up for just people to interpret what they want and come up with their own ideas. I love this little aftermath where you just see them chilling the fuck out. It's sweet. Also, Ragatha looks cool as hell. I think Ragatha is my favorite design-wise, not my favorite character. My big three: Pomni, Kinger, Kane. Those are my three favorites. Those are my goats. Love them. Kinger especially. I love that guy. But yeah, I was so sad. I was like, damn, it really is over. Sex! Holy shit, they're fucking. That was really funny. I was not expecting the sex, but you know, it's earned. They deserve it after the hell they went through. But yeah, it's so crazy because when I first watched the pilot, I really wasn't into this show. I thought like, oh, I don't know about this. It seems very disjointed and all over the place. But with each episode, it's just something that grew on me and got better and better. And I really fell just pretty in love with it despite not being into it at first. It's has been one of the most surprising pieces of media I've engaged with. And I'm really happy that I gave it a chance despite not really caring for the pilot that much. I think Glitch and Gooseworkx, you know, I know so much drama and attitude and gobbledygook online, but I genuinely think Glitch and Gooseworkx deserve to be proud, to love, to be happy with what they made. So many people will give them shit about this, that, and that, and that, and all this bullshit that doesn't really matter. And it's like, yeah, that sucks dealing with all those crazy people online, but those are people who will never do anything substantial anywhere close near this piece of art that they toiled over and tortured themselves over for years and years to make complete. And what they made is really special. I think what they made is really special and really beautiful, and I think they genuinely deserve to be proud of their of the work. They deserve to be proud of the work and the art that they made. I think, and I hope one day Gooseworks can come to love this project despite everything, all the bullshit that happened with the online shit. I really hope one day they can find pride in their work because what they made is so genuinely beautiful and amazing. And it's what most artists, including myself, strive for, but never truly reach. And there'll be so many people who hate on it, who don't understand it. And that's fine if you hate it or don't like it. But the people who just like argue about nothing and get mad at the graders for very strenuous things that really don't matter, they don't matter. They do not matter at all. They will never do anything this impressive, this like they'll never make something like this that requires so much effort and so much torturing yourself and so much putting every fiber of your being into something you are genuinely passionate about and love. They will never understand that because they can't disengage with online and be engaged with reality, you know? And I feel like that's a lot of what the show speaks to, like having this disengagement from reality and from the real world. So much of it is done so well and so beautifully. And oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this last scene. Let me play this last scene before I get up on my high horse. So yeah, we got Pomni, Kinger, who kind of looks like the guy from The Lobster, Jax, Ragatha, Zubul, and Gangle. I really love the scene of them just coincidentally taking the same bus stop, not even knowing who each other are at all. It's very beautiful. It's so succinct. It's so poignant. I love it. I love this little ending bit for everything. It speaks a lot to the whole show. And like again, seeing this, especially having having this come out theatrically is so insane. That is like something they should be really happy about because I feel like this truly was something special, especially to have as a theatrical release, especially to be one of the most successful pieces of like online content come out. Fully deserve. They deserve all their flowers, all their praise, all their success. And I look forward to what Glitch does in the future, what Gooseworks does. I look very forward to what Gooseworks does in the future. Hopefully, with their next project, they'll be more prepared for everything. And I don't want to speak for them, but I hope they kind of just disengage with online and just focus on their art because they're great artists. They're great artists. They have such like a beautiful mind, such a beautiful sensitivity to art that I would love to see what they do in the future. You know, Gameverse, I felt a lot about how I felt with the pilot Digital Circus. I just kind of have to see where it goes. I'm more interested in Knights of Guinevere, but I'll always be looking forward to what Glitch makes because this was something that genuinely surprised me and blew me away. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.